Hello, this is Chef Andros. Good morning from Nicosia, Cyprus. Today, I want to show you how we are using a grill in Cyprus. In Cyprus, it is a tradition to have grilled meats or grilled fish on the charcoal. So when we say a grill, what we mean really is either a grill that we can make our souvla, which is run with electric motors. Here I have 3 grills. They can hold, the 2 of them can hold 3 skewers each, and the one can hold 2 skewers. And I can grill at any moment 8 kilograms of meat at the same time. Now, this grill here, it is a handmade grill. This is 12 centimeters or about 5 inches deep. And we are firing inside real lamp charcoal, or we can even use briquettes. Now, to ignite, to fire this charcoal, we always use fire starters. We never use any liquid kerosene because it will be smelling very bad, and our meat will be smelling. And this is our charcoal. We are using lamb charcoal, which is very nice, and it gives a very nice flavor to our meats. To make our steaks or our pork chops or lamb chops, we are using these griddles that once we have fired our grill, then we can cook our meat, and we can turn it many times until it is nice and cooked. So now we will go inside, and we will see how to cook a T-bone steak. Actually, I will give you information how to cook a T-bone steak. Now, as you see, I will take a T-bone steak directly from the deep freeze, and let's go inside and have a good look at it. So the question is, can we cook a frozen T-bone steak? So this is a T-bone steak. I will prove to you this is a frozen steak. So this steak is frozen at a temperature 0 Fahrenheit or minus 18 Celsius. Now the question is, can we cook this steak directly from the deep freeze? The answer is yes, we can. In fact, I cooked about 150,000 of these frozen steaks in my own restaurant that I had a few years ago. And everybody used to say that my T-bone steaks, they were the best. Now, under some circumstances, they can be very good, and sometimes they can be really very bad. So we have to treat the meat as appropriate as it should. So in my case, what I used to do as a professional chef, number one, I used to dry age my meat for a reasonable time. So we can really age our steaks up to 60 days. This is, for me, non-economic. It's very expensive because you are losing a lot of the meat. Number one, the steak, if it's frozen, it has to be aged before. Now, when you buy a frozen T-bone steak from the supermarket, you have to know that usually it is not aged. Now, that steak has to be thawed and has to be kept in a normal refrigerator for 2 or 3 days, maximum 5, maximum 6 days. You cannot keep it any longer because really frozen meats cannot be aged correctly if they have been defrosted. So what we do, first of all, we age our steak, and then we can freeze it and use it when we want to use it. So in a restaurant that it buys steaks whenever they are available and they are good, and we kept big quantities in the fridge until we find the next batch of good steaks. So normally we had them frozen. Of course, I will tell you the various ways that you can cook a steak. Now, when we say searing, in Greek, that is thorakizume, that is closing the juices in the steak. Now, if your steak, either a fillet steak or a sirloin steak or a T-bone steak, whatever, if it is aged and if it has not been frozen, yes, you can sear it in a pan. You can do it in a very hot oven once you have seared it. You can grill it in a broiler. Of course, you can grill it the classic way of the Middle East on real lamp charcoal, as I am going to grill them on the next film on YouTube. So, what happens if you cook a well-aged T-bone steak? When you put it into the griddle on the charcoal, you can season it just with some salt. You can add the spices later when you eat it, either mustard or black pepper or whatever you like to have. When we grill a frozen T-bone steak, it is seared better. It takes a longer time to cook it, but it loses much less liquid than a steak which is not frozen. So, as a chef, I never used any of these modern thermometers. I knew by the touch if the steak was rare or well done. And a simple method to do it, you can use your hand. So, touch your thumb onto the smaller finger, and this is hard. This is a well-done steak. This is a medium to well steak. This is a medium steak, and this is a rare steak. I will come closer to the camera. So this is a rare steak, a medium rare steak, a medium steak, medium to well done. So we use the 5 fingers, actually the 4 fingers on the thumb, and this is we know. So by the touch we knew that it was a rare, and of course with the experience, because when I said 150,000 T-bone steaks, it means another 150,000 of tenderloin steaks, not to mention the rest of the grills that we did in my restaurant during its 50 year of life. When you are grilling a frozen T-bone steak, it is really impossible to do it on a gas stove at home on a hot pan, because it will not it will be seared too much on the outside, and inside it will still be frozen. So this steak, it is 1 inch thick, 2.5 centimeters thick, and of course every steak, this is huge. This is about 700 grams, which is really something like 25, 26 ounces. It's really a very, very big steak. This one, it will take about 20 minutes to make it medium. About 15 minutes to make it rare. And well done, I cannot guarantee it, but it can still be well done after half an hour. I do not, personally, I like medium steaks, medium rare steaks. That is pink. Not red really for me, but I do like a very juicy steak. So if you are using one of these traditional grills that we can use outdoors in the backyard, and we are using lamp charcoal or briquettes, this is the best idea. This is a very nice way of grilling a steak. It's very tasteful, and when the fat of the steak drips into the charcoal, it comes out as smoke, which is all the taste and the smell of the beef. So good luck in grilling your own steaks. The next video will be the real grill of the T-bone steaks. Thank you very much. This is Chef Andros. Bye bye.